No mai hoki mai. Welcome to English Park for this fourth quarter final of the Morrison Mitsubishi Reta Fitzpatrick Cup 2024 between Cashmere Technical and Ferrymead Bays. Cool evening here in Christchurch. My name's Mark Mathis and I'll be calling you through the action. Sitting alongside me this evening, Craig Crawford. Craig.
Great to be here, Mark, and for actually the first one for the year for me. I'm really looking forward to it. Should be a pretty decent contest. We've seen a bit of Cashmere Technical, obviously through the Women's South Island qualifying and now in the Women's South Island League. And I know they're playing some pretty good football this year.
And looking at the lineup here for Cashmere Technical, it's Scarlet Grey in goal. Perrott comes into the starting lineup with the captain Lara Wall. Lily Fisher, Kogan, McPhee, Wilson, Roberts, Herrick, Heyman, Alteri, Need, and on the bench it's Irvine, Margie Diaz, fan favourite Annabelle Gilchrist and Ruby Hales.
And the Bays, the girls, they've qualified for the premiership and finding that a bit of a challenge so far, but they're ready to battle. They've got Kirsty Bush in goal. Walsh, Case, Coughlin, Lennon, Meehan, Gallagher, Captain Robin Warburton, Dufton and Summerlee with Crossings there as well, which is a wee late change. And they'll be coached by Neil Warburton. And out come the sides. So our officials, we've got Mark Curry, he'll be assisted by Sean Woodrup and Rolla Boyton. Some experienced lads there in the resplendent in their pink get up tonight, and will be good to see what sort of tactics the Bays girls bring to this one, Mark.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough night for them. Looking at the results so far for Cashmere Technical women's side, only conceded 3 goals. 2 of those goals coming in score lines which are pretty large, as well as that 1-0 loss to the Dunedin City Royals in the Kate Shepherd Cup a couple of weeks back.
Well, they won't be battling the wind here today as they did in that game. That was quite something, that one down in Tahuna Park.
No, it was tough conditions, that's for sure. But, I think what we'll see in this game to begin with, Cashmere Technical will look to hold the ball, move the ball around, and for Bays, I think they just have to sit back to begin with and just absorb a bit of that pressure, frustrate this side. Looking at the bench as well, I know Amy Phillips is not playing tonight, but there's Margie Diaz and Gilchrist, a lot of experience in terms of National League sitting on the bench for Cashmere Technical. Tough night.
Tough night, very much so, and I think you're right. It's going to be the key. Is going to be the shape for Ferrymead Bays. If they can keep a good structure, keep good bank four, at the back, make sure they're picking up any runners, they'll be okay for long periods of time. See if they can get something on any sort of break, take advantage of any mistakes at the back at Cashmere. They maybe pinch something, and as we all know, cup football can turn into something into nothing. I
think as well, the last 3 quarterfinals have all been relatively close affairs. 2 weeks ago we did go to penalties, 2-2 between Coastal Spirit and the University side. Coastal coming away with that one 5-4 on penalties, and Hallswell 1-0 over NW United in the first quarterfinal. Selwyn getting over Hornby 2-0. So it could be close.
Yes, well, we do have the draw here played here at half time, so don't tune out at half time. You can tune in and see the semi-final draw for both English Cup and the Reta Fitzpatrick Cup, obviously brought to you by Morrison Mitsubishi. So that will be on at half time, so don't go anywhere during that break. We'll get to see which of these 2 sides will make 4.
Well, the referee's just doing their final checks now. There's Curry out in the middle, stands in position, ready to get this one underway. Relatively cool evening this evening. Was a bit of rain before kick-off, just light drizzle. Won't really affect too much. And
a bank of fog came in just before kick-off, maybe about half an hour before kick-off. I didn't think we were going to be able to see the scoreboard, to be honest, but fortunately that's passed. So hopefully it stays away and we can see the full pitch here tonight.
Well, I think the weather gods have been on side for much of this competition. Well, we'll look set to go. It will be Bays to get us underway. Up top, Gallagher will get us underway. Of course, bit of what we're calling the battle of the misfits in this game. Social mixed Wednesday night futsal side. A couple of players in both teams tonight, so who will get bragging rights?
What era is from that from, Mark?
Oh, it's still in at the moment.
Oh, still
a
in
big
at the
thing.
moment.
Wednesday nights, of course, it's always open.
I thought it might have been from down the Dunedin Uni days.
Well, it's mainly university players still involved in that. You can see turned over already as Cashmere Technical look to play this one out from the back. A couple of opportunities as well for people that tend not to start in this Tech side. See Diaz normally getting big minutes for Technical. There's a nice ball forward here over the halfway line, driving on that far side. An early chance here for Tech as they come forward, threaded through, drop back here but cleared away.
Well, promising play already from Cashmere Technical, flowing movements down that left-hand flank, right-hand flank, sorry. And the first shot.
Lara Wool, I think it was, with the first opportunity. So it could be more of that this evening as well. Just that absorbing that pressure early on. So they'll look to play this one out. It'll be interesting to see if they choose to go long here, which they do. But again, it's first to it is Tech, and another chance here driving forward. Bit of space opening up as that's flicked through, but offside called on the far side. But Curry happy to let that one roll through.
Well, good eager work in there from Rosie Heyman. Played a bit of Pride Youth. And obviously national champions there. There's a good scattering of Pride players in here. And of course with Shane Verma recently appointed to the head position for the Pride.
There's a chance here driven through. Can they get the shot away here early? And that's in. Early goal here for Cashmere Technical. It was well driven through. Try and get the number there, but it was a good finish, Craig.
It was a great finish. Well, it looked like it had just gone too wide. Created a pretty tight angle, but a precise and accurate shot in there from, I think, was it Rosie Heyman? Or it's always a bit of a challenge to see out there with all these ponytails in the way.
Well, there you go. First 2.5 minutes here at English Park. And Cashmere Technical into their work early. Talk before the start of this match about how it will be needed for Bays to really kind of absorb that pressure early. Let's see how they respond now.
Well, it's straight back into position for Cashmere Technical, and as we look back at their last few games, that one blip, the 1-0 loss down in Dunedin, they've been undefeated, 6 from 6 in the qualifiers. As we just wait to see what this play will bring, and it's going to bring the first corner of the day by the looks of it. And then most recently, a couple of 10s on the 4 side of the scorecard. They got 10-1 against Nelson last weekend, 10-0 the week before, or a couple of weeks before, against Roslyn, and really fluent at finding the back of the net.
First set piece opportunity here for Tech. It's struggled to score from corners so far this year. His delivery this time towards the front post, but in there as Wool does get a shot away. It's cleared away towards that far side. Will be a throw-in.
Well, of course, Cashmere here via a bye in round 1. Ferrymead have had the round 1 fixture where they won 2-0 over FC 2011 back in April to find the spot here. So, yeah, we're 1 game away from getting the top 4 in this competition.
There's Kogan out at a bit of space trying to thread that through towards Wool on this near side, but just unable to drag that one in. There will be a goal kick here, but again, just a lot of pressure coming from Cashmere Technical.
Yeah, it's a flood of yellow on top of that blue goal at this stage, and
Again, they're going to go for the long kick. Warburton on it. I can imagine she might be have a very tired leg at the end of the day today.
As Gallagher brings that one under control nicely as they try to bring forward, but it's sitting with Wall again. Starts to try and find some space in behind. Again, this ball not quite sent to the right areas, but it will be again Cashmere Technical, and a little spot shot there from Heyman.
It's going to stay in.
Yeah, it does stay in on that far side, so still with Tech here. It's a good challenge on the far side from Bays. It'll be a throw-in. Again, it's hard to get out of this pressure at the moment for Bays.
Well, it looks like Shane Verma has set this Cashmere Technical side up pretty high, sort of a back three there. Well, it's currently sitting in the back two as they've really pushed on those wide players as Technical come at Bays once again, but a decent foot in to clear the present danger.
So they build again here to Technical. There's just a lot of space in that central midfielders. Just able to move the ball around on the snare side for Wilson. Back in for Fisher. She drives this one forward, trying to open up the Bays defence as they do come away with it. Don't quite know if they have made it into the other half yet. There's 6 minutes 10 on defence.
Well, they obviously kicked off, and that's been about it, isn't it?
Yeah, sent that one forward and possession turned over. I think the difficult thing in a game like this for Cashmere Technical is just sticking to their game plan. You can see at the moment just quite bunched up in that area on the far side. As we now do see Wool kind of come and try and open things up a little bit more, but there's always the chance that a side will kind of move away from their game plan. There's a chance here again on the far side, but that one cut off from the defence.
Well, it's actually crucial for an attacking side here. We know that Bays are going to condense and try to have a lot of players in behind the ball. If Tech don't spread, they're just going to play right into the hands of the defending side.
As Kogan brings this one under control, tries to lay it off towards the top of the box. Again, working hard on the way back and just caught there as Curry, the referee for this evening, calls for the first free kick. Good position here for Technical.
We'll see what Tech are going to throw forward here. It looks like Fisher will come forward for this one. No tall timber on either side. Maybe just a real advantage in height, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of hunger, and maybe you can see there's a few defenders there for Bays just in a quite peculiar positions, and it struck the wall. Could spin anywhere, but it's well cleared for the moment.
As they try to bring this one under control. He touches in there, but eventually cleared away by Warburton down towards the halfway line. Plenty of time at the back, and that one's just sent forward again. There's a little heavy touch, falls for Wall. Good little play here as Wall down this near side. She looks to cut this one and bring it back under control. One-on-one with the runner there. Driving forward as Will, opening up a little bit more now. She gets the shot away and it's in. How did that sneak in?
Well, somewhat fortunate there was Lara Wall. She made good contact with it, and I'm pretty sure it hit the post and then the back of the keeper then went in. Just a wee bit of maybe inexperience from Bush there, but a goal nevertheless, and well struck by captain Lara Wall for the second.
Just cutting back in from that near side and driving the ball low towards that near post. Maybe a bit traffic in front there.
Well, that's one of the players we look forward to seeing in a Pride jersey later on, Lara Ward. She's been a constant in amongst that Pride side, and no doubt again will be in contention for selection again.
As Summerly tries to run that one down on the far side, but turned over again from Technical as they look to make their way out from the back. Just the way that they can move the ball on the field. Of course, as I say that,
you got him.
A pass goes astray. That was a good run from Summerly. So throw-in on this near side will be Wilson. Get us underway as...
Well, we're not sure if you know if any of these girls, most probably this time of year, of course, there's a lot of school holiday tournaments, and we'll know Wymack have hosted the Alan Fraser Memorial Tournament that went well last week. I'm sure many of these girls have played in it. Actually, I do know Denver Perrott has played in that tournament before, and as the development cycle of players goes through, that's one of the great tournaments. So thank you very much for Wymack for running that one once again this year.
As Wool just unable to get that one, but fights hard to win it back, and off goes Lara Wool. Good little link play here. Wool again. Can she cut this one back across the face of the goal? Does, but can't hit the target there. So a good opportunity for Cashmere Technical to continue to add on.
Well, that looked like it was Anna McPhee throwing herself at it there, and another player would very likely to see in a pride jumper later on in the National League. And of course, Leonie Alatari-Need playing up top. You've been watching a few of these Cashmere Technical games. Has she been holding that position regularly?
I guess a really good opportunity for her. We've got Kench out of selection this week, just carrying a little bit of a niggle, looking towards the game on Sunday against Coastal. And then Amy Phillips has been away as well. So competing with two pretty strong players there, one with quite a few caps for the Ferns as well. So, yeah, I mean, she was named on the bench this evening, I see, but so a good chance.
Scratching.
Yeah, good chance there for Laney to really work her way in. As again, Cashmere Technical dry foot here and a good challenge from Warburton, I think.
Oh, there's a bit of contact in there to Kogan. We left wincing that one. And the yellow cards come out.
First yellow card of the evening. It's the captain. Not a stranger to those big challenges. Kogan back on her feet. So again, free kick here for Cashmere Technical.
Well, I like the way that Lainey Alatari-Need's been playing up front there. She's provided a good rebound for the strikers coming forward. She's playing back and towards the midfield oncoming, and really sustaining that attack.
It's driven in here, but blocked by Warburton again. It falls for Cashmere. Ferrymead Bays to build it on the back, but just unable at the moment to string together passes. The pressure from Cashmere Technical just not allowing them time on the ball. So it will be a throw-in on the far side. Touch.
Well, it's important for Bays as not a head stay up, and they keep trying to apply, no doubt, what their game plan to. You got to put the score out of your mind. In all honesty, they knew they were going to be up against it. They've just got to keep amongst it. Try to have this game help them for the future. As Wilson they carry on in their new World Premiership.
Looking forward there towards McPhee, but just unable to link up. But no, I think you're right there, Craig. I think they just have to think of every 5-minute period as an opportunity playing at this level. There is, at the moment, it's kind of mid to lower table for the Space side, whereas Cashmere Technical top of the division above. So it does lead to a difficult night out, but again, good experience for all the players on the field.
Yeah, but every game you should be able to get something out of, and I think it could be a real good kickstart. And if they can stick it with Cashmere Technical for long periods of time, as you said, those 5-minute modules, and just try to stay in the game, and as long as they can take some reward out of that.
As Wool here trying to get away from the defensive line. Kogan in a bit of space. You can just see the way that Cashmere Technical just moving that ball around. 1-2 touch football. His delivery not quite good enough that time, but it still falls here. As Bays will be able to clear their line, and they send long Good touch up top there from Gallagher.
That was a decent bit of hamstring work there. I haven't seen. Well, we play in the Masters League, of course, and the ambulance would have been called.
Yeah, you wouldn't be doing that on a Saturday, Craig. Slightly, a little bit too much extension. Out for a couple of weeks. So it's Wilson who gets us back underway. There's good touch there. Almost cleared away. And it falls on that far side for Roberts. Just able to find that space.
It's good patient play here from Technical. You know, you can get into the mode of, especially when you know you've got an advantage, you're feeling that you're finding it easy to get through. You don't have to take every opportunity. That's some really nice patient play from Cashmere Technical here.
As Wool on this near side. Good run forward here. As they are finding a bit of purchase on this near side. That ball into the centre there from Wool, just not quite enough on it. But it will be Wilson. Just sends that one back forward, not offside, says the referee. As Wool will have a run again, twisting and turning. Does get the ball across the face of the goal, trying to bring this one under control. Can they get the shot away here? Cashmere Technical. Eventually it does come, but good work there from Bush in goal. So absorbing the pressure at the moment. Ferrymead base.
There's a good period here. Running out of options though. Ferrymead Bays is a tenacious offensive defence.
It's Lara Wool working hard. A lot of pace on her. Just the number 4 for Cashmere Technical.
Well, she's certainly not getting slower. Is Lara Wool, so many years of experience now in and around football, but she's definitely been able to hold her pace, which is great to see.
As Kogan just getting a little bit caught up there. Falls back for Fisher. Using Parrott on the far side.
Well, Parrott playing in at on the right side of defence there is a wee bit something new for her as well, I'd imagine. She's usually playing a more central, holding defensive role. But that's a luxury that Cashmere Technical have. They can move players around, and that all just adds up. As they've got a couple of tricky fixtures coming up, actually. As you mentioned earlier, it's this Sunday they play the old foe Coastal Spirit at Linfield Park, and in the following week they've that revenge mission where they play at Dunedin City Royal. So I'd imagine if this score is going to carry on the way it's going at the moment, I could see Mr. Verma changing and trying a few new things, and it quite possibly might just open the door a wee bit for Bays to get something out of this one.
Well, I have actually seen the match pack, so I can't say anything around that, Craig. Otherwise, that would be giving away insider knowledge.
I appreciate, appreciate that a bit of.
But when it happens, when it does happen,
yeah.
I will be able to inform everyone that I did know about it. Another good run though from Cashmere Technical, but Bush growing into this game.
Just write it down here on this brown envelope. Well, is that a long range tent there, and luckily no danger to the Ferrymead goal, and it'll be a throw-in.
It's going to push them back deep in their own half again. You can see the way now Cashmere Technical just pushing high on the park. We've talked about it in previous weeks where normally you would have someone sitting back on the halfway line, but they are pushing very high with the keeper, really the closest one to the halfway line.
Well, of course, we've got Cashmere Technical are the holders of the Reta Fitzpatrick Cup, and I'm sure they'll be looking forward to remaining in it again and defending that trophy. Well, it was at this time last year that Ferrymead Bays, they got through to the quarterfinals last time, but came up short against Nomads 4-1. So, dare say they'd love to go another step beyond, and There's no way through there for Lily Fisher.
Yes.
And easy foul for referee Curry to pick up on.
Yeah, good work there from Welsh, just getting into good position. As Fisher came through to try and win that one back. They're pushing hard for everything here. Cashmere Technical not really letting Bays rest on it. So it will be free kick as Warburton sends this one down its wall though. And meets that Kogan. Bit of a heavy touch, leaves that for Welsh. Good chance here to drive through. Coming across is Fisher. Working hard though was Gallagher. There's Kogan now. Almost leaves that one, but they are trying to find a way out here. It's Kogan, unable to get on that one. It was good work there from Bays though. Just putting Cashmere Technical under a little bit of pressure. As Alberton sends this one forward. Summerly now driving into a bit of space, but it was Wilson there to clean it up. It's a good ball here for Wall, who's in a bit of space now, driving down this near side, coming back across. It's Warburton tracking across, and a good delivery into the middle. If someone can get something on it, but that one might roll for a corner.
Yeah, corner ball. Well, that was a delicious ball in there, and there were a couple of yellow shirts desperately trying to get hold of that one, but equally, Bays retreated extremely well. They matched them player for player, and that's great defensive work from the ladies in blue.
Just would like to see Lara Wall there just direct herself a little bit more towards goal. Warburton in behind. Just create that opportunity. That's a good-looking ball in, and it's in the back of the net there. I think that was Kogan who got something on that, but it was just drifted up, wasn't it? And tapped in.
Well, it was absolutely bundled, and I think it was McPhee who was actually on the line there. It was up and over the keeper, and one you really shouldn't miss from there, and she didn't. Anna McPhee.
Yeah, well, I call that one
in there.
An absolute screamer from that type of range.
Yes.
Ripples the back of the net. So 3-0 the scoreline here, 22 minutes gone, so almost halfway through this first half. Cashmere Technical in control.
Well, the chances keep coming for Technical, and they're well created, aren't they? And you can only imagine that the discipline and the work rate will remain for the full 90 from these ladies, because as I said earlier, they've got a couple of games coming up, and that's the kind of thing, player on player pressure. If you want to be involved in those environments, you've got to perform on these ones.
I think as well, we really will see the fitness come into this game for Ferrymead Bays. It's not, they are playing at a similar level to Cashmere Technical, but the side is fit and they're ready to really push hard. As Cashmere Technical look to play this one out from the back. Kogan just almost leaving that one behind, but able to twist and turn. Yes, losers out there probably needed to get off that ball quicker as this one delivered in. Could be a first touch here for the keeper. Touch on the head there. As we come near side here for Wall. Wilson. Good turn here. Plenty of space and a good run through here. That's one side. Oh, called off on the far side, but allowed to play on there by Curry.
Well, there wasn't much in that one. Might have been a wee bit more than a patella, but a nice effort there by Rosie Heyman, who's started strongly. I'm enjoying the way she's applying herself to this game, getting involved in both ends of the park.
As again, it's this near side where Cashmere Technical are finding a lot of space. As Wall delivers this one first time, it's a good looking ball in, but Bush forward and able to collect that one.
Just about turned into a circus, a juggling act there from keeper Bush.
As Technical finding space in the midfield. Plenty of numbers forward here, but just held up. Again, that patient play we spoke of earlier. As Wilson looks to send this one towards the middle, but no one there for Cashmere Technical, and a good turn here. As Kogan able to track back and take that one away.
Well, Ferrymead Bays here making the mistake. They're not they've not come, as the ball's travelled forward, they've not come out of the back there. We've been watching Warburton. She's been patrolling and making sure everybody's in the right shape, but she's got to get them out as well. If they're going to leave Cashmere Technical all that room and the big midfield to play with, they're going to have a heyday in there.
And they are just able to find that space at the moment. As that one sent forward again, but this time Bush able to come forward and collect it. And sends this one down again, but it's Wall who gets there first. Not the greatest touch from her, which allows Bays to come away with it. As Wilson just able to step in front of that one and force it out of play. There will be a throw in here for Welsh. She's looked strong in this game so far, moving that ball around. And again, turned over. It's just those moments really here for Bays where possession builds pressure, just unable to hold on to it for long enough periods. Here's Kogan able to turn, just dropping that one back in the back line. Perrott pushing it forward, but space just opening up here for Cashmere Technical.
I like the way Cashmere just choosing some of the easy passes, guaranteeing it, moving the ball around, which is in turn moving the defensive players around for Ferrymead Bays. And although it can be tiring, having the ball, the constant adjustment for the defensive group is going to open up some gaps, no doubt, at times.
That was good work there from Summerley up top for Ferrymead Bays. Full of running, that's for sure. Is able to break the play down there of Cashmere Technical. 26 minutes gone here in the first half. 3-0 the scoreline in favour of Cashmere Technical. Just at the moment, not quite able to get a shot away. And the first touch there for Scarlet Grey in goal comes in the 27th minute. They have been patient, I think is the right word so far for this performance in the half. Happy to move the ball around the back line, switching it from side to side. As you can see, Bays just sitting a little bit deeper at the moment. As that one sent in towards the danger zone, but cleared away.
Once again, all the patience and then just a wee bit of a rash play for Cashmere Technical there. They've given it back. Got to make sure that they remain patient through those moves, collecting those passes, collecting that ball movement, creating different angles.
I think the thing there as well is that when they're moving the ball around the back line at the moment, you're not really seeing the line of Bays step forward, which allows for them to just play that ball freely, but they're looking really for that little step forward, which then opens up that gap. But this is nice here from Cashmere Technical. As a ball forward for Wall, driving in towards the box here, delivers into the area, but no one there for Cashmere Technical. Just a little touch on the way through there, I think, so will be a throw-in on the far side.
Well, there was another wee opportunity. We're looking straight down the barrel of where Lara Wall is running there. There was no reason why she couldn't have gone direct there. Her first touch just took her wide into that crossing position. I'd like to see if she can get herself a bit more direct. Maybe just consider herself there for a few moments.
Yes. Bays on the far side trying to work out here of the pressure from Cashmere Technical. They do have a throw-in. It is relentless at the moment. Just been forced deep in their own half. Not quite see it on the screen at the moment, but Cashmere Technical aren't even sitting close to the halfway line with their defensive line, which also means for Bays there's no one really up top. Better tactic just to look at putting one. It just sits a little bit higher, just to put a little bit of pressure on the way that the ball has been played around the back line. Nice little play there from Wall, as again it's this near side that Cashmere Technical look to come down. Wall, good position again there as the cross delivered in. Little touches on the way through. Falls chance here to shoot. Does so, but good save from the keeper. As Bush almost drops it there, but able to collect.
Decent strike there from McPhee as she waited for it to sit on her right foot there and got good purchase on it and really challenged Bush into a fine save in the end.
And again, it's back towards that back line with no one forward. And they'll come again here. Will Cashmere Technical. It's just opening up a little bit more as a chance, but send a little bit wide there. Able to cut it back in towards the centre. Time here to get the shot away. Driven in, touched there by, I think it was Alberton on the way through. So will be a corner, another set piece opportunity here. I think that was Roberts with the shot. Plenty of time.
Yeah, a fine effort from Roberts there from good range, but yeah, got to mix it up. And there was a definite sting on that one, which Warburton came to the rescue for Bays.
So another set piece opportunity. Last time they had one of these, they got their third. To see if delivery is similar as it's sent forward here. Keeper coming forward, misses everyone that time. And Bays will be able to clear their line, but sent forward. And it's plenty of time at the back for Wilson. I just think maybe just gambling a little bit more. Bays putting something like one up top to be able to receive that ball. As Wall in a bit of space here, touches a couple of times on the right foot, gets the shot away and it's in.
Outstanding work there from Wall. And I think it was Parrott's ball which absolutely exposed or found her in an acre of room in the box there. Patient finish, danced around a couple, slot it in the corner. We'll take that one and ride a letter home with about that one, that's for sure.
Almost trying to get it onto the left foot there, Wall possibly, but eventually finished with the right. So maybe a second of the day. In a good goal scoring form.
Well, we're talking about what do Bays, you know, they've been involved in a couple of fixtures which have blown out in my time as a coach. You know,
I was going to say, were you going to bring up that one you beat us 11-3? Was that?
I wasn't going to talk about Masters football, mate. That was the early days, wasn't it? Back when I was coaching Horsell football, it's a number of years ago now, but we came up against Claudelands Rovers, who were national champions, and they ended up thumping us. But it was really important for our girls just to take those small battles. We did park up the top. We'd had some people up the top, but it really just did. You know, the pro and the con of it was it exposed us more at the back and probably conceded more than we needed to. But at least we had chances.
Yeah, I think it's chance creation. That's the important thing. It's you come away from this game, and if you've tried to sit back and defend when it's already 4-0, you can't take I suppose there's moments of the game you can take away as positives, but for the Space side, you'd like to see them creating some opportunities and just how they do that.
Yeah, well, we talked about it earlier. You know, their season's the new World Premiership, isn't it? And two draws, 2 losses in that 4 games into that competition. They need to try to find themselves into kick-start in that season. So they are up against it, that's for sure. But yeah, I think just parking and isn't going to get them anything out of this.
Well, we were talking there, a really good phase of possession for Bays, just moving the ball around, but just unable to get it into the areas where it's dangerous to create those goal-scoring opportunities. And it's Wilson, again, who's just able to step forward with space and look to deliver that towards the front line there, where Alteri Need has been holding it up well and just moving it back. And again, it's this patient play where they're able to come back and move that ball around as Kogan. Not the best touch from her there, back for Wilson.
Well, another battle for, I know, with Neil Warburton, talking with him before the game. Well, here's an opportunity here for Summerlee, who's been full of energy and will create trouble for the Cashmere technical defence if they're not careful.
Yeah, nice little wake up there from Summerlee. Has been full of beans.
Yeah, we're talking to Neil Warburton before the game. He's tiny bit frustrated. They've got a couple of calls of illnesses today. Someone's away, and they probably haven't got their full force out here today. But they're going to enjoy the challenge, he said, and it might be all about the timing of the substitutions. Give everybody a run at it. Keep some fresh legs up the top there. If you're going to be asking your front two or one to doing a lot of work, we'll just keep on, change them early, change them quickly.
Again, it's been a good little position period here for Bays, just holding Cashmere Technical back in their own half, but not committing too many numbers forward. There's Fisher under a bit of pressure here. Summerlee coming forward again, but able to clear it away this time. And this will touch on the way through there, so will be a throw-in.
One of the opportunities for Bays is to play a completely disruptive style of football. Don't try to pass it around them. Just keep pumping it forward. Go long ball if you like. Get some people up there, man-on-man pressure up top. See if you can create some mistakes.
And they did do that with Summerlee before, so the opportunities are there for Bays, but they are just finding their way into this half a little bit more. This period here of play. Not sure if it's that Cashmere Technical happy to sit just a little bit deeper at the moment. Look for these opportunities to take the ball away and counter quickly here, but has been a little bit more possession in favour of the side in blue. As they look to try and clear that one away, but just not able to get enough on it. Is that Meehan? So Fisher. A bit more pressure coming up top now though, so looks like Gallagher and Summerlee starting to put a higher press on that Cashmere Technical line as offside there on the far side. As we tick under, just under 10 minutes remaining in this first half. 4-0 the scoreline. Cashmere Technical lead in this fourth quarter final of the Morrison Mitsubishi Reta Fitzpatrick Cup 2024. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you are.
And just to remind you, we will be at half time, we'll have the draw for both English Cup and Reta Fitzpatrick Cup semi-finals.
Good ball forward here. Running onto it is Dufton. Has to just come back side, but again, sent forward. Yeah, they're creating the opportunities. And again, it's Welsh, who's been in good position tonight, the number 4.
Well, we talked about that as an option for Bays to come back in and just get it forward, but what you got to respect about the Cashmere Technical group, they've got themselves back well.
Yeah, they're sitting well in position at the moment and looking to try and find ways to counter forward. As this one breaks down in midfield, but Kogan eventually gets on that drops back for Fisher. Just a few wayward passes at the moment for Cashmere Technical. There's battling on that far side, sent forward here at Kogan. Good little touch there in midfield. Also, I think the other thing as well, there's a gamble for Bays to play. Cashmere Technical tend to try and break that ball down in midfield and play it back to the back line. Maybe an opportunity there for Summerlee or someone to come through. There's a great ball forward here. Running onto this one is McPhee, and good work from the keeper.
It's a bit of a late get up here from Warburton, who was, I think she was waiting for the keeper to come a wee bit earlier there. Stayed on a line for a decent amount of time, and it was a delightful ball through.
It was good pace as well. So it will be a corner here. Set piece opportunity for Cashmere Technical. Been dangerous every time they've been forward here recently. So delivery key here, but just needs someone to get onto it. Well set up for these set pieces. And you can see sending at least one number forward now, Bays, on the counter. As this one delivered into dangerous position and well finished there. I think that was Wool possibly for her third of the half.
What a finish. A delightful corner, floated in, just eluded the near post defence and absolutely thrashed in with another right foot goal for Lara Wall. Well, a lot of people wouldn't believe you. They said a right footed goal for Lara Wall, but she's picked up a couple tonight.
From corners as well. I mean, the set pieces have been almost, I'd say, not the way Cashmere Technical have been scoring their goals this year. Really from open play, so I'm sure coach Shane Verma will be happy to see some of those set piece plays coming through. But again now, a chance for Bays to reset. 5 minutes to go in this half. As Wall again. Good challenge, but that one just out of the play. 5-0, Cashmere Technical well in control. As this one sent forward towards Gallagher. He does well, but just can't link up there as it's McPhee sends that to the far side. Fisher. Bit of space for her to move forward. Uses Roberts. Now near side for Wilson. There's no real pressure coming on the back line at the moment.
Once again, Bays not really stepping forward on this. The backs are, the back four, back three just sort of sitting very deep, allowing a lot of work and a lot of space to be covered by the front two and the midfield. And this is giving Cashmere Technical a lot of room to play in.
Yeah, I think just if the Cashmere Technical have the ball kind of towards the top of the box, the defensive line has to be up on halfway. And they're sitting deep in their own half as well, which is just really opening it up for the midfield. And a good run forward here from Cashmere Technical again. It's driven across, but straight out for a goal kick. But I'd like to see get that line higher and just at least force it through. It's probably that worry that when they come forward, the passing gets in behind. So maybe tactical.
Maybe. It's not. But there's nothing more frustrating than if you're trying to put on a press or at least contain a team with defensive position, and you turn around and there's acres of space behind you where the defence should be.
So it will be a throw-in for Cashmere Technical. 3 minutes remaining. They're just chasing to grab another ball. I'd say Technical will be happy at half-time. 5 in the back of the net at the moment. Seems to be the theme at the moment. And they're
delightful play in there from Kogan. She's got some fine ball skills. I think has played a bit of futsal in her time.
Yeah, she's played in the Canterbury Pride side earlier this year. A good ball forward here. Just able to drag that one in. Was Heyman, I think it was. Was it Altera Need?
No, Rosie Heyman there just thought she had it, then she didn't, then she went to go again, but it's slippery artificial turf. You've really got to weight your passes well if you're going straight with them.
No, quite a lot of futsal talent in the Cashmere Technical side. Fisher at the back as well. Part of that same side, Perrott as well. Lara Wool does sometimes make an appearance. You can see, I think, these new age central midfielders who are just happy to have the ball at their feet. That futsal really does help with that on that early development. As Kogan ends up on the ground again, but seems to be okay.
Great pass out there from Wall. Finds Perrott.
So this time turned over. Bit of pressure coming though. Able to get it away as Bays just trying to find a way forward here. Scrambling defensive line. Just forcing Bays back. And a good challenge. Driving forward again. Numbers back though. And that's a nice ball forward here. Numbers. Warburton tracking across. Is delivery key here. There's space to be able to turn. Can they finish this one? It's ended up with Bush, but
tenacious defending from Warburton, and she didn't give up on that from the time it got on her radar. Great work from her.
There's Kogan just able to bring that under control. It was Summerly trying to get the loose possession It's done well to track back here. Time to move this one forward. I think it's this time here. They just need to slow play down a wee bit, find a way forward. And a good ball forward here. Fisher gets there first though. And another touch there for Gray. Plenty of time though.
Good injection of pace in there from Lily Fisher. She was needed to win that race, and
yeah, I think
done
Gallagher
well.
as well has got herself into good positions so far in this half, and that's what I'd like to see. Bays just look for that outlet a little bit more and have Summerlee run off. And Summerlee done well there to step across, and again almost creating the opportunity. But you can see the two of them working up top. They are almost creating those half chances as we do tick over the 45-minute mark. And the time of the referee, maybe an extra minute of added time.
to allow for those expensive goal celebrations.
There's Parrott moving it towards Roberts. There's Wilson. Plenty of space for her to move forward. She drives towards that halfway line. And good turn there. Far side now. See if Cashmere Technical can get one more in before the break. A good defensive work again here from Bays as they send this one forward, and that'll do it. Says Mark Curry. Half time, 5-0 the scoreline in favour of Cashmere Technical over Ferrymead Bays. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome along to the draw for the semi-finals of the Morrison Mitsubishi Cups. We'll have the draw for both the English Cup and the Reta Fitzpatrick Cup. So there are a couple of games to go, but we're going to do the draw anyway. In the English Cup, we've still yet to play the Cashmere Technical Nomads game, which will be on the 27th of July. So, good luck to all involved. First team out is number 3, which will be Western. They will play number 1, Coastal Spirit. Side will be number 4. That will be the winner of Cashmere Tech and Nomads game. And of course, the last one, number 2, that will be Christchurch United. Obviously, all games will be played at English Park on a Tuesday night, sometime during August. Right, now for the Reta Fitzpatrick semi-final draw. Just the one game to go there. That's tonight's game, of course, between Cashmere and Ferrymead. The first team out is number 2, which will be Hawesville United. They will be playing number 3, Selwyn United. And the home side will be number 1, Coastal Spirit, and they will play the winner of tonight's game, Cashmere and Ferrymead. Well, thank you very much again for Mitsubishi for supporting our games, and good luck second half for the two sides out there.
They're I don't find this that technical move. We might no Mark back live here. Sorry about those technical issues. We are just about to get underway in the second half. 5 changes at the break for Cashmere Technical. It does see Irvine, Diaz, Hales, Tom, and I believe Gilchrist onto the field. I can't be too sure about that one. Keep an eye out.
Have you watched her play very much, Mark?
I have had a few arguments at home about playing in the Masters team. It was after having 2 children to have her back playing has been pretty cool this year.
Awesome.
Slightly far.
Couple of mascots.
Yeah, proud husband moment. So good to see her back out. It did have an injury a little bit earlier this season, but is back out there now and playing. So
she's back on the dishes and the vacuum cleaner, mate?
Mate, back to that work, although we would consider this to almost be a date night tonight. I come out here and commentate.
Awesome.
Got Nana at home looking after the kids.
Shout out to Nana, no doubt tuned in.
So, Cashmere Technical driving forward here. Warburton just steps across there and able to cut out the play.
Great uncompromising defending there.
Yes.
Oh, just
heavy challenge there. It was Roberts who just stepped across there and just away. Just almost fell there.
plenty of concern. I think that their head might have made contact with the pitch before. Didn't look good. Nothing in the challenge. It was, as you said, just trying to get some body shape in to protect the ball, but fell uneasy there. And hopefully she'll be okay. Don't know if there's any changes for Bays, but they've got a great reception as they came out of the playing tunnel. There's a good crowd here in the Steve Sumner stand, and plenty of support for them as they face this challenge of playing against the leading side in Canterbury at the moment.
What do you think the message would have been at half-time for Bays, Craig?
Well, I would have to say it'd be let's just tighten up at the back a wee bit and get, if we can push together and stay together as a unit, reduce those gaps between the lines a wee bit more. You're going to give technical a wee bit less space, and just try to keep that shape, to frustrate the Cashmere girls. So they're always, Cashmere are going to pass it round. Mm. I think that's a dead set cert, and they've just got to maybe allow it, but force it into the areas that they want to. Don't let them play across the width of the park. Try to contain them into going down the one line so it becomes predictable and the team can cope with anything they're going to throw forward. Or it is let them play across the back and just sit back, not deep, but sit flat and just have them playing out in front of you, looking to frustrate them. It's about not giving that opposition a decision. You know, make them play where you want them to play, and then hopefully some errors can happen and you can capitalise on it.
It is Case who will come from the field for further treatment. As we said before, it wasn't a dangerous challenge, just the way she felt on the field there. They'll make a change pretty quickly here, Will Bays. Coach Warburton also called into action early in this half. So first change for Bays, forced injury change.
Very early in the a couple of minutes there, so expect those to be added on at the end.
So we'll be back with a free kick here for Bays. Nothing else in it there, said Mark Curry. So it will be Warburton to get us back underway. Are you enjoying this action? Apologies about a slight little hiccup with the technology. Hopefully back live as Warburton sends this one forward, but met there by Cashmere Technical as Diaz gets her first touch in. And a pretty handy change to bring on there, as Summerlee does well to make the challenge. And good movement here from Ferrymead Bays. Just trying to stretch Cashmere Technical as Warburton forced to the far side. A good little touch forward there as she drives towards the halfway line. And again, Summerlee just coming across that one, unable. Looks like she may have dropped a little bit more into that central midfield position. As Cashmere Technical come forward, trying to create an opportunity inside the early minutes of this second half, cutting back. So we look at those changes, possibly Wall taken from the field. There's a good delivery in here for Diaz, who just can't quite get anything on it.
Well, it was well out by Bush. He could have made it hard for Diaz, gave it something to think about, came out strong, covered it well. And in the end, no touch on there from Diaz, who really had to get a wee lift on there to get herself on the score sheet.
So goal kick here for Bays.
Well, it seems to be a wee change in the lineup here for Cashmere Technical with the changes. Alatari Need's gone out to the left-hand side of maybe of the midfield, and Rosie Heyman playing at the top now.
So coming forward again here, Cashmere Technical, as it will be a throw-in on this near side. It will be Gilchrist to take. There's delivery here in towards the box. It's a good looking ball, but no one able to get on that one for Cashmere Technical, and cleared away by Warburton. Gilchrist touching back inside and just launches that one forward. If anyone wants to get something on it, eventually Warburton heads it. And it's dangerous there at the back, but they do come away with it. Driving forward now is Lemon, who just unable to link up there. And it's turned over and sent back to Heyman. Kogan on this near side for Tom. As Diaz, she'll twist and turn there. And still going after a challenge. There's a nice little slip through here. Can they deliver to the centre? Drop back again for Tom as she cuts back inside. That's a good move. Looking to centre that ball, but Warburton just able to get something on that, but falls for Kogan. Bit of space here. Diaz driving forward, unmarked. Drives across. Can they get something on that? They can't. Really knocking on the door at the moment are Cashmere Technical. Driving forward and into the back of the net.
Looks like Lainey Altari Need with a great bit of composure. She's received the ball, rounded through, and just slot it into the far post. A very composed finish indeed. Came on the back of some great amount of pressure there. Plenty of chances in that move too from Cashmere Technical, as they just put a bit of authority stamp on the early part of this half.
Just unable to clear their lines there were Ferrymead base. So that makes it 6-0 here inside the first 10 minutes of the second half. It was ruthless from Cashmere Technical, just able to find a way to eventually open it up, and it was a classy finish from Altari Need.
Well, it's patient play, wasn't it? There was a few opportunities there just to throw a foot at it, or maybe give yourself a chance at getting on the scorecard. But the best pass just kept getting found. Composed finish. They were aware where each other was, and every pass was a goodie. And ultimately finding the right player at the right time who had the space and time to move into. Well finished.
As Tom drops off here for Kogan, who can't get away here from Summerlee. Just fighting to get it back there as Summerlee almost caught, but...
Well, pretty naive midfield work in there from Kogan. I'm pretty surprised by that. She's a great player and turning straight into, obviously didn't get the check of the shoulder in.
As the ball sent forward here, good touch from Diaz. Second half full of legs and running will be Margie Diaz. As she drives forward into the box, gets the shot away, but that's easy for Bush, who's just able to collect that one.
The defence dropped well there. Gave probably, you'd suggest, a wee bit too much space. I'd like to see some of the forward runners, if Diaz is going to run out of the midfield, and I know she will because she's great at doing it. We've got to have some of those attackers in front of her starting to make some diagonal runs, pulling defenders out of the way, and ultimately either being in a great place to receive it or open up a gap for Kogan to go straight through. Kogan or Diaz to go straight through.
There's Kogan there, tries to get a touch in, but eventually does fall for her as Hales in a bit of space here, just drops it off for Gilchrist on this near side. As she Cruyff turns and
all the tricks.
Drops it off for Fisher in the middle. It's not a game with Annie playing if there isn't a Cruyff turn. And a good little run down this far side now from Cashmere Technical as they just cut back inside and goes for goal. It falls here. Can they clear this one away, Bays? They do so.
Sharp save in there from Kirsty Bush. That was destined for the top corner, that one.
As Summerlee drops this one back, but again, it's turned over by Cashmere Technical, and they come forward again, a bit of space. Dropped out towards the far side, and a good challenge coming across there was Warburton, as she unable to clear that one too far away. So will be a throw-in, but again, they're knocking on the door, Craig.
They certainly are, and the main gatekeeper, being Robin Warburton, is having a great game. She's marshalling the defensive groups, getting involved at regular times and at times that she's needed. So she needs to be out there for the 90, I'm sure she will be.
Sitting on a yellow card as well, so have to be careful as this game progresses. There's a good ball forward again here, just able to find that space as Kogan looks for that delivery across to this near side. Good ball, can she cut back inside as Tom unable to get away there from the marker. That's a good clearance away down as far as Gallagher, who turns nicely, tries to slip this one through, but Gilchrist, they are able to clear back to Tom again when this move started. She's looked energetic since she's come on the field. That pass there just not quite on target from Hales, I think it was.
Well, that pass was reminiscent of Masters football, wasn't it, really? Expecting someone to be quicker than they are happens quite a bit, doesn't it?
As Tom driving down this near side, is trying to get away here. Does get something on that one, but will be a throw-in for Bays. Maybe just a period here, just rushing it a little bit, Cashmere Technical. A couple of changes, 5 changes at half-time.
Takes a bit of getting used to, doesn't it? And when you make this many changes, and I'm sure there's a good bit of experience out there for some of these players that have come on. And so they got the fortune of playing for places in the upcoming Women's South Island League games. So
no, you're right there, Craig. I think all minutes are important when you're in a side like Cashmere Technical, kind of not over fighting for wins, but fighting for minutes on the field. There's a throw in here for Cashmere Technical. Bit of space there is coming across as Summerlee, who does well there to kind of win that goal kick. You can see though she's definitely dropped a little bit deeper this half. Was playing up top first, but moved into that central midfield position. Not something that I've seen Sarah Summerlee play. Did coach her a number of years ago down in Dunedin, so more winger or striker back then, but evolving as a player, which is good to see.
Well, it's needs must, isn't it? And they, maybe with that we change field enforced earlier on.
There's a good turn there from Kogan, who goes on a wee run. Yes, it was just not quite able to link back up again there.
Great work in there from Summerlee to read that one.
Well, it's a good role for her. Able to just put pressure on. Just be that positioning. If they do get away, as a police officer, Sarah Summerlee, so fit as a fiddle, I'm sure. So Cashmere Technical just looking to move this ball around, try and get a little bit more possession. I think Pays will be happy with the way that they've started the second half, just disrupting things a little bit more. And again, a good challenge from Warburton.
Well, uncompromising.
And they come again though, as Warburton sends that one away.
Well, much like her father used to play. A good centre-back role for Ferrymead Bays back in the day was Neil. And looks like the apple hasn't fallen too far away from the tree.
There's Gilchrist now. Looks to play that far side as they try to walk across the halfway line. Again, Fuller running up top. Get a good half Gallagher as well for Bays. Plenty of work coming forward as Gilchrist sends this forward for Diaz. Back again. Just looking to hold possession for a little bit longer here. Cashmere Technical is a nice little switch play there.
Well, it's that kind of expensive play that you're delighted to see happen. You know, quite often, you know, in the female or the woman's game, it gets a wee bit too tight. But as soon as they can expand things, gives them more space on the ball, more time on the ball. And you can see the shape that Technical have got here. Just allows them to do it, gives the players confidence to try it. And obviously, you do it more and more, you get more successful at it. And there's some great football being played out here by Cashmere Technical because of that.
And a good ball forward there from Gilchrist. Just unable to link up there with the two substitutions, Hales and Tom. It was well worked. But you can see the way, though, that the defensive line for Cashmere just gets into position early when they get that ball towards the side. They're looking for that switch play a lot. So if you're watching at home, just see the way on the camera that when they get the ball, they drop back in, they want the ball in the back line. Everyone wants touches on the ball for this Cashmere Technical side. They're not looking to get rid of it long. They're trying to play it around.
A real feature of Shane Verma's sides, actually. He's, you know, he spends plenty of time studying the game, and obviously his contribution to the Pride this summer will be something to I'm looking forward to, that's for sure, to see what sort of side he can pull together, which, as we've discussed it earlier with Canterbury and Southern both playing in that still in that federation format against club-based sides as you travel north. You know, it does provide a wee challenge to bring a side together out of nothing really to face these club sides who will be playing.
As Diaz, he goes for a bit of a run, but gets that shot away. Eventually Kogan drives it in, but easy there for Bush. But it was a nice move forward there, and Diaz in a bit of space.
Yeah, both well struck shots there, and but well positioned by the goalkeeper to smother that one.
As Bush comes towards this near side, putting under a bit of pressure there as Colin That eventually cleared away.
Comfortable in the end. Nicely played. Yeah, you're right. She was under all sorts of pressure, but good composure.
As Fisher sends that one through, and just the way that Cashmere Technical at the moment, just finding it easy to get that pass through midfield. As Tom just unable to link up there, but it's good work. And turned back over as Kogan in a bit of space will take a few steps forward as Summerlee comes across again.
Thought the referee was in all sorts of trouble there as he was pivoting around trying to keep up with the play. The ball speed from Cashmere Technical was challenging everybody out there.
As Gilchrist now driving forward into a bit of space, still going. As Gilchrist links up nicely there, but almost can't quite get the touch to go through. As they take it towards the near side, and that will be out for a goal kick, says the lino. Not quite sure if that's what I saw from up here, but maybe a little touch on the way through. So a chance here for Bays to clear their lines. You just kind of sense them tiring, which is almost working in their favour because they're sitting a bit deeper, which is making it difficult for Cashmere Technical to find an opening. As this one down as far as Fisher. Good ball movement again here as Fisher in a bit of space. Only at centre back delivers this towards Diaz, but just can't get a touch on it. But fighting forward here is Gallagher. Can't get there first, but it's their way that when it's a bit, I guess, like not controlled ball from Cashmere Tech, the way that they move into position to get that ball under control and start moving around again. It's quality football at the moment. As Diaz still going here for a bit of a run. It's Diaz. Chance here to get the shot away, does so. And that one, will it go in? No, just wide. So we'll chalk that up as a save from Bush. Diaz creating the opportunity and a good save in the end from Bush.
It's a great little surge through, spun out of any trouble, and great work from the forwards for Cashmere Technical. They got away from the central area, opened up the space for Diaz to get a good strike on. In the end, well dealt with by Bush. And she was quite relieved to see that ball just trickle beyond the far post.
So it will be Diaz to deliver here. First set piece opportunity in this half for Cashmere Technical. And delivery is good as Gilchrist does get something on it. And the keeper unable to hold that one. And just tapped in. So another goal.
Well, somewhat unlucky there was Kirsty Bush as if she had her time again, might have opted to flick that one over the post, and that's just a bit of experience there. Pad it down right in the 6-yard box. You're inviting a bit of luck for that one to be cleared.
And I think as well, the positioning there, Gilchrist had to kind of flick that one back behind her to get on. It needed that defensive life to really step forward there and clear that one away. So I'm just saying 6-0 on the score at the ground, but I believe that is the 7th of the game. So 7-0 the scoreline.
Well, they've caught up now. Albie must have been changing the milk on the coffee machine.
Just eventually gets it up to date, but better to do it that way than not at all. And the space really opening up now for Cashmere Technical. They're able to just run it forward. And that one, not quite the right delivery there. But you can see the way now that the tiring midfield of Bays is just allowing, we've seen Gilchrist make runs, we've seen Fisher make runs, and then that run.
Well, if we could take a quick snapshot of the shape that Bays have got, I think I've heard it called the umbrella defence at the moment. You know, there's a column up the middle and a big back 4 to 6, isn't it? You know, just sunk back in, ready for more pressure to come on, and really.
Diaz there gets the shot away, and Bush just unable to push that one away. Maybe unsighted there, but it's just opening up now, isn't it, Craig?
It did just fall on you could maybe figure her fell in an awkward space in front of her and just didn't get the feet moving, didn't get behind it enough, and that's going to make it 8, and Margie Diaz picks that one up in the 22nd minute of the second half.
Well, they need to respond here, I think, Bays. Maybe a couple of substitutions, bring on some fresh legs because it is relentless at the moment. Diaz is full of running. I don't think she's missed many minutes so far this season. Wants to come back on there. This is a good play here from Bays as Gallagher just able to hold that one up. Drops it back for Lemon. Off for Walsh. Forward again for Gallagher. This is nice, but Kogan able to get a touch on that as Summerly gets on it, but can't link up on that far side. Nice little play there from Bays.
Yeah, decent work from Bays. There's one of those moments that they can take a small bit of pride in. But really, at this sort of scoreline,
I think this is where they need to gamble here. They just need to put pressure on and just move forward as a unit. It's just that little ball out that makes it a little bit easy, and then the pressure's relieved from Cashmere Technical, and they'll come forward.
Warburton once again
sends this one forward, and it's a good touch there. Yes.
Great little dummy in there too.
So it's Stanton, who was the substitution, who came on from the injury for Case. As Gallagher drops this one off and gets it back again. She's looked strong up top, the number 12. As Warburton now sends this one forward. A good little touch there again, but just not quite able to link up here. There's pressure on Tom, who does well there to find Diaz, who gets away from one, but Summerly comes across again. Sent forward by Welsh.
No way through Lily Fisher there, though. Got a little period of play there for Bays, and now they have to resort back into this defensive mode to stop the go forward from Cashmere Technical.
As that one just cleared away on the far side. So it will be a throw-in as we tick over. 25 minutes gone in the second half. 8-0 the scoreline in this fourth quarter-final of the Morrison Mitsubishi Reta Fitzpatrick Cup 2024. The winner of this game goes on to play Coastal Spirit in the semi-final.
Those games are yet to be scheduled at the moment. They will be sometime during August here at English Park, and you'll be able to tune in and get some good coverage of those, thanks to Morrison Mitsubishi.
Now this one comes over the halfway line, but forward there was Fisher, who goes back as far as Gray. And a bit of pressure coming, but plays the ball to Gilchrist, who's able to turn and step forward towards the halfway line here. Plenty of eager runners in front of her as she delivers this one through. And that run almost working out there as Bush comes forward to collect it. Maybe gambling a little bit more up top there would have worked. As Fisher gets ahead on it, Gallagher working hard as Kogan steps across and sent forward by Irvine.
Well, we talked about what Bays need to do, and from a technical point of view here, you know, they too need to keep amongst their game plan. And as we said, you know, there's players out there playing for places in these upcoming South Island fixtures, but also with their coach being the Pride coach, they might be playing for a few Pride places as well, no doubt.
Yes, that announced in the last week. Shane Verber will coach the Canterbury Pride women's side into the National League this year. He's already had some experience as the assistant coach with the Pride and coaching the Northern Region side as well. So looking forward to that season. As Gilchrist now receives that pass from Gray forward for Diaz. Roberts caught up a wee bit here as Bays look to drive forward. As Welsh just holding off the play there and dropping back. This is good from Bays. If they can just move that ball around as Summerly caught a wee bit out, calls for the foul, but
no dice.
No.
Well positioned refereeing there from Mark Curry. He was quite happy with it.
There's Kogan. Back as far as Fisher. There's good ball movement again from Cashmere Technical. Just stepping in front there was Welsh. Straight back for Cashmere Technical as Diaz goes for a little bit of a run. Can't get away there from Lemon, who does win the throw-in. There's Summerlee trying to win that one. It's sent forward here by Coughlin. As Irvine under a little bit of pressure there, does manage to clear the lines, but it's Kogan who wins it, and coming forward again now, Cashmere Technical. That one, Warburton in good position, able to drop it back in before the clearance. Not cleared far enough, as they will look to come again. And eventually they do win the throw-in. 16 minutes of regulation time left in this one. Cashmere Technical leading 8-0. Yet to really get a shot away at the moment, Bays. I feel like it's coming though, Craig.
Let's have the faith, eh? Well, yes, the Scarlet Grey hasn't had many touches on the ball. She's been patient at the back, obviously just stepping into the side recently after Maddie Iro has made her way to the States to work in her scholarship there. And we see a change for Bays. It's coming on, looks like maybe Sky McKinnon.
Yeah, replacing Gallagher up top. I think she's had a good game. Number 12 for Bays.
Yes, worked hard, provided a good bit of continuity when the ball came to her. She's able to retain position for her side and worked tirelessly, and I'm sure well deserving of a sit down.
This midfield battle continues as Bays try to come away with it, but it is Cashmere Technical now driving forward and happy to put numbers. Nice little step over there. Diaz in a bit of space, turning, but it's Summerlee who's there. Able to clean that one up. Drops it off for Staton. And good ball movement here from Bays. They've just been able to move a little bit more freely as this game has developed. As Summerlee put under a bit of pressure here from Roberts. As Fisher stepping forward. Able to drop that one off on the far side to Irvine. And sent forward again. Roberts trying to find Diaz there, but it's forward away as Tom gets touch on that one for Diaz. Just a bit of possession now for Cashmere Technical as Gilchrist sends it towards the far side for Irvine. They have switched the ball well in the back line, Cashmere Technical, and it's a nice ball forward here. Just unable to get the clear run through. Defensive structure looking good at the moment for Bays.
Well, neither side really getting the run of the play at the moment as the attack maybe not as as just facing a wee roadblock in the fact that Bays have really just sort of picked up the enthusiasm to stay strong, which is great to see them be able to, try to stay in the game. Never mind the score, just enjoy the battle and stay in these wee pockets of time that they can spend keeping Cashmere Technical away from their goal. The better.
And again, sent forward here as Fisher gets ahead on that one towards the outline as Gilchrist comes across, but unable to keep that one in. So will be a throw in here for Bays. Just dropping numbers deep on defence and then committing numbers forward when they've got the ball, which is good to see from Bays. It's positive. As it was Welsh who did well. Far side now for Bays. Can they find a way to open up this Cashmere Technical defence? It will be a goal kick here.
Clever bit of work there just to try to find the goal kick, which is nice to see. A bit of confident defending.
No, I mean, we talked about, I guess, the risks here. Bays have got 1 to mark up top with 3 back. I think just gamble with one of them, maybe leave 2 back just for defensive cover, but probably just sitting a little bit too deep at the moment, which just allows Cashmere Technical to move the ball out of the defensive line. As Welsh does well here to kind of find a bit of space in between and goes on a bit of a run. Back for Fisher.
Well, I think that's just the experience of players, isn't it? That I think Bays are going to get the value out of this one when they look back at this footage, because you're right, 3-on-1 at the back and you're down by 8. There's no point, is there?
Yeah.
But how do you get that pressure further up the park without conceding, or giving away those options at the back? It's about that transformation while you're out in the park, isn't it? If they're going to find themselves like that, the players are in charge of making that happen. There might have been, there's the format that the coaches put out, but you've got to change with the game as it's happening.
Almost ticking over the 10 minutes of regulation remaining in the second half. 8-0 the scoreline. As Bays trying to find a way to get through. As Tom gets a little touch on that one, but no one forward as Burton comes across and just clears that one away. Probably a few extra minutes, maybe 5 additional minutes, say 3 additional minutes.
Well, there's a significant injury there for a moment too, and of course there's been, all the subs happened at once, so there's no for Cashmere Technical, but there's probably no need to introduce more additional time than necessary.
As Gilchrist fights for that one in midfield. Coming across though was Hossens. Did well there for Bays to turn it over as Kogan gets a little touch on that one. Driving forward as Summerley is first there, but just forced a little bit deep. I think Cashmere Technical are almost sitting a little bit deeper as well at the moment, not committing numbers forward. There's pressure from Gilchrist there.
Yeah, well, you're definitely seeing the outside attackers for Cashmere Technical aren't pressing on as much as they were in the first half, and I suppose it's just a wee bit of preservation of the lead. They know that they've got a lot of football left in this season, and a couple of hard games coming up, and of course more than likely a semi-final battle waiting for them. So
well, it would be some exciting finish to the game if Cashmere Technical were to take this one out, but I do think it starts to be, there would be a point in time where Shane Verma would be looking towards Sunday's game against Coastal. The job was done at half-time really, and it's a big clash on Sunday. We'll get to see more of it in the semi-final of this cup. There's Fisher and plenty of space there. Wide for Irvine on the far side. Kogan now stepping back inside, but that midfield has really tightened up for Bays. Sarah Summerley moving in.
Had a good period of play here. Have Ferrymead Bays just being able to deny any real go forward from Cashmere Technical, as Bush has not had much to do for maybe the last 10-15 minutes. So a good period of play here.
There's a sent forward again. A good run on that far side. So a bit of space opens up here for Cashmere Technical. Driving forward, gets the shot away. Off the post. Still there for Cashmere Technical if they can get the shot away. But it's Bush who comes forward. And a good save in the end there. So
well, interesting choice there from...
As Diaz, a chance here if she can step back inside. Keepers off their line. Still going as Diaz, but good defensive work in the end as Tom comes across And Summerley tries to make the challenge, but they just can't clear their lines at the moment. And it is Summerley who will come away with it.
Well, it's a combination of increased effort you feel from Bays, but you can see the movement off the ball is really dissipated from Cashmere Technical here. There was times there where Diaz had the ball, there was no movement around her, and just ran out of ideas really of what to do without that support, which was prevalent early on in this half.
There's Tom now on this near side, drops it down the line there for Diaz. Bit of space opens up in midfield now for Roberts. Diaz still going for a bit of a run. If Diaz can get the shot away here onto the left foot, time and space here to finish, and it is in. There's the 9th goal for Cashmere Technical. And it's a good work there again from Diaz.
Well, things just got spread on there on Bays, didn't it? And they never reacted in time. As they transitioned the ball across the park, Diaz found himself in an ocean of space. Considered a shot, I'm sure, but found the best way to goal through Rosie Heyman, who's brought up the 9th goal here with 11 minutes left on the clock.
Unselfish from Margie Diaz there. So 9-0 the scoreline. But a good period of play from Bays. Can't really take away there. They've got themselves back into the game really, and we're just holding off Cashmere Technical for some time there. As Wilburton drives this one forward towards that far side, but no way through as Cashmere Technical come again. That one will just roll out of play. But we are almost into the final 5 minutes of regulation time. A few extra minutes to be added because of the injury. But a clinical display so far from Cashmere Technical.
Certainly has. Well, they've been no strangers scoring goals, have they? You know, with positive 22 goal difference already in the 3 games they've had in the Women's South Island League. And they'll enjoy this wee confidence booster going into Sunday's game. And for Bays, well, this weekend they've got UC Maroon. So they've got to pick themselves up and maybe just apply the lessons that they should be able to take out of this game and apply it into that New World Premiership.
Yes, Bays try to play this one forward, but it's Cashmere Technical able again just to slow the play down, just work it out from the back.
That's probably one of the differences between the two sides and maybe between the two leagues is the controlling of the pace. Cashmere have got it in their tools, you know, in their resources to be able to slow the game down, enjoy some good position. They have the good shape that they can bring it down and then turn it into something, into a quick attack, you know, as they increase the ball speed, which makes it, you know, difficult to defenders. And I haven't quite seen that out of Bays. It's been not all bursting forward, but any time they've got the ball, they've had to, you know, really just try to make everything an attack, haven't they?
Mm. Yeah, and I think, again, it's that trust of the touch and things like that, that the players, there's a lot of, you know, quality futsal players and just the way that they're able to move the ball around on the field. It's hard when it's all angles of the park and when changes are made and it brings on experience. And the likes of Amagi Diaz, you know, was playing for Southern the last couple of seasons down in Dunedin, so it's tough going, but it's good experience for the side. There's again a bit of space here for Hales as they try to find a way through, but almost maybe guilty of just trying to walk these goals in, not just taking opportunities when they're at hand.
When you see Tech playing well, they're trusting their passes. They're just playing, and you know, they can get a good flow going on. An example of what they shouldn't do just there.
There's a bit of a misplaced pass there. It's good work though to quickly stifle out that opportunity for number 3 up top, which is Staten for Bays.
Once again, we're seeing Bays there with, a couple of free at the back. They're not applying anything forward.
As Gilchrist on this near side steps over the halfway line, looks up to see what's available and just sends that one through for Diaz. It's a good ball there from Gilchrist as Diaz goes one-on-one but just can't quite keep it under control as Meehan just watches that one roll out for a goal kick.
Well, you're not going to see that very often. Marga Diaz is a great ball player, loves having the ball at her feet and very skillful at doing so. A very rare occasion there.
So a chance for Bays to clear this one away into midfield. A touch there from Gilchrist, who sends it back as Bush almost comes across to grab that, but Warburton.
Was that a shot or just bad control there?
I think probably a clearance.
Oh, you don't have to answer it. I want you to get in trouble when you get home.
As Cashmere Technical find a bit of space in midfield as they drive forward now. Opening up for them in this final few minutes of the half as Gilchrist comes on this near side. Cuts it back in and able to find space with a good ball opening things up towards that far side. They've switched that ball nicely, Cashmere Technical today. Just stretching on the Bays side. That's when they move the ball around like this that they do look quite impressive. Able to find space anywhere, and that's a great ball forward. A chance here to finish this one off, and it's wide of the target there, so a great opportunity for the 10th goal there, just unable to hit the target.
And Warburton looked over her shoulder at the linesman, pleading for the flag to go up. She goes to her haunches and just takes a deep breath, and she looks at the clock, I'm sure, just wanting this one to be over and they can head on back to the New World Premiership and get their season back on track.
As we do tick over the end of regulation time, 45 minutes up here at English Park. 9-0 the scoreline. Cashmere Technical through to the semi-finals against Coastal Spirit. There's still injury time to play here as they come forward again. There's Summerly working hard as she has all game to try and win that ball back. They're just chasing the ball at the moment. Bays. There's Gilchrist back towards the middle.
Well, you've got to admire the Ferrymead Bays work ethic here as they keep hunting away, keep the effort up, and haven't just thrown away. No heads have dropped, which is very admirable.
As I'm sure they would have looked at some other results that have taken place, and maybe if they can just keep it away from that 10th goal, which they have done here as Mark Curry blows for full time. 9-0. Cashmere Technical win this one over Ferrymead Bays.
And they'll make their way through to the Morrison Mitsubishi Reta Fitzpatrick semi-finals to face Coastal Spirit. And in our other semi-final, Hawesville United will play Selwyn. So those games will be played here at English Park in August. So draw and dates and times to be confirmed. So stay tuned to the Mainland Football website. But thanks for joining us today. It's been a good crowd here in the Steve Sumner stand. And Mark, great to join you for this one.
I appreciate it, Craig, and we hope you've enjoyed the action. And until next time, stay safe.